Welcome to Empowered Echoes 8, where we delve into the meaning behind famous quotes. Explore influential words' context, history, and significance, and expand your understanding of the world. It is our way of explaining these famous quotes.
It isn't what you have or who you are or where you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it. Dale Carnegie. This quote suggests that our thoughts and attitudes play a crucial role in determining our overall happiness and well-being. It implies that external circumstances, such as our possessions, social status, or current activities, are not necessarily the primary drivers of our happiness or unhappiness. Instead, the quote highlights the importance of our internal mindset and how we choose to think about the world around us. For example, two people might be in the exact same situation, but have vastly different attitudes and perceptions about it. One person might feel grateful and content, while the other might feel resentful or frustrated. In this way, our thoughts and emotions can shape our experiences of the world, for better or for worse. The quote also suggests that happiness is not necessarily tied to external achievements or successes. While achieving our goals or acquiring material possessions can bring a temporary sense of satisfaction or pleasure, the quote suggests that true happiness is rooted in our own internal mindset rather than in external circumstances. At the same time, the quote does not suggest that we should simply ignore external circumstances altogether. Rather, it implies that we have the power to choose our own attitudes and responses to the world around us, regardless of our external circumstances. By cultivating a positive mindset and focusing on the things that bring us joy and fulfillment, we can create a sense of happiness and well-being that transcends any external factors. Overall, this quote encourages us to take responsibility for our own happiness by recognizing the power of our thoughts and attitudes. Don't waste your time in anger, regrets, worries, and grudges. Life is too short to be unhappy. Roy T. Bennett. This quote is a reminder to focus on the present moment and to not allow negative emotions to consume our time and energy. The message is clear: life is short, and we should not waste our precious time on feelings of anger, regret, worry, or grudges. Anger is a natural human emotion, but holding on to it for too long can be detrimental to our mental and physical health. Similarly, regrets and worries about the past or future can prevent us from fully enjoying the present moment. Holding grudges can also be harmful, as it can create unnecessary stress and tension in our relationships. The quote encourages us to let go of these negative emotions and to focus instead on living a happy and fulfilling life. This means being present in the moment, cherishing our relationships, and pursuing our passions and interests. One way to do this is to practice mindfulness, which involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to let go of negative thoughts and emotions and focus instead on the beauty and joy that surrounds us. Another important aspect of living a fulfilling life is to prioritize the people and activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This means spending time with loved ones, pursuing our hobbies and passions, and doing things that make us happy. Ultimately, the quote is a reminder that life is short, and that we should make the most of our time by focusing on the things that matter most to us. What I need is the dandelion in the spring. The bright yellow that means rebirth instead of destruction. The promise that life can go on, no matter how bad our losses. That it can be good again. Suzanne Collins. This quote is a reflection on the power of hope and renewal in the face of adversity. The speaker longs for the simple beauty of a dandelion in the spring, a symbol of new beginnings and the promise of a brighter future. The bright yellow of the dandelion represents rebirth and growth, a reminder that even in the midst of destruction and loss, life can continue and thrive. The speaker seeks the hope and optimism that comes with the changing of seasons and the promise of new life. The quote also acknowledges the reality of hardship and loss, suggesting that the speaker has experienced difficult times and needs a symbol of hope to help them move forward. It suggests that even in the face of devastating loss, there is the possibility of healing and renewal. Overall, the quote is a reminder that in difficult times, it is important to hold on to hope and to look for signs of renewal and growth. Like the dandelion in the spring, even in the darkest moments, there is the possibility of new beginnings and a brighter future. By focusing on the promise of rebirth and the beauty of the world around us, we can find the strength to move forward and embrace life once again. I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me, "I love you." There is an African saying which is, "Be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt." Maya Angelou. This quote is a reflection on the importance of self-love and how it relates to the ability to form healthy and trustworthy relationships with others. The speaker expresses skepticism towards people who claim to love others but do not love themselves, suggesting that their professed feelings may not be genuine or reliable. The African saying, "Be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt," emphasizes the idea that it is difficult to give something to others when you do not have it yourself. If someone is unable to provide for their own basic needs, they may not be in a position to help others, or their attempts to do so may be ineffective or even harmful. In the context of the quote, this saying suggests that someone who does not love themselves may not be capable of truly loving others and may not have the emotional resources to support a healthy relationship. It is important to be aware of this dynamic and to approach such relationships with caution. Overall, the quote highlights the importance of self-love and how it relates to our ability to form healthy and trustworthy relationships with others. By prioritizing our own well-being and emotional health, we can cultivate stronger and more authentic connections with those around us. Don't just learn, experience. Don't just read, absorb. Don't just change, transform. Don't just relate, advocate. Don't just promise, prove. Don't just criticize, encourage. Don't just think, ponder. Don't just take, give. Don't just see, feel. Don't just dream, do. Don't just hear, listen. Don't just talk, act. Don't just tell, show. Don't just exist, live. Roy T. Bennett. This quote is a call to action, urging the reader to move beyond passive activities and engage in more meaningful and transformative experiences. Each line emphasizes the importance of actively engaging with the world, rather than simply observing or participating in a superficial way. The first two lines urge the reader to fully immerse themselves in their learning and reading, taking in and absorbing as much as possible. The next two lines encourage transformation and advocacy, suggesting that it is not enough to simply go through the motions of change or relationships, one must actively work to make a difference in the world. The following lines emphasize the importance of action and follow-through, encouraging the reader to not only think or talk about their intentions, but to put them into practice. Whether it is through encouraging others, giving back, or simply experiencing life to its fullest, each line urges the reader to move beyond passivity and into a more active, engaged way of being in the world. Overall, this quote challenges us to live fully and actively, engaging with the world around us in a meaningful and transformative way. By doing so, we can make a positive difference in the world and create a more fulfilling life for ourselves and those around us.
We hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of quotes. Remember, quotes are not just words on a page. They are powerful tools that can shape our thoughts and actions. Use them wisely. In the meantime, be sure to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends.